Today's episode of Running It Back is uploaded and ready for listening pleasure. And I do mean listening. On today's episode, we go deep. We go back to the year 2002. You'll see what I'm talking about. But before we get to that, catch me doing live stand-up comedy on your very own laptop as you listen to this tomorrow, Friday, April 2nd. 5 p.m. Pacific time. I am on the Flappers Comedy Club virtual show. It's going to be good. It's always good. You can see me live, telling jokes, telling stories, all that stuff. You don't even have to go anywhere. So do that. There is a link for tickets in my Instagram bio, in all the stuff. You already know where to go. So hope to see you there. Comedy. Yeah. On the show today, Franklin Yee is back. He's in his car. He's parked. Air conditioning is on. Yeah, it's hot here in LA. We dive into 2002, a monumental music video that was in 2002. It is R. Kelly's Ignition remix. Of course you remember this. We get into the song, we get into the history, we get into the video, and of course, as you know, we break it all down in the categories. Franklin remembers this. I remember this. You remember this as the ultimate have a good time party song. But as you'll see, it's so much more. So get your bottle of Cristal, put on your favorite party going outfit, go to the club, and be ready because we run it back. Franklin, you must be a football coach the way you got me playing the field. Ignition remix right now. All right, we are here. I'm in the studio. Franklin is back joining me. He's in his car. Frank, 19 years ago, a little song came out called Ignition, the remix by R. Kelly. This is what we're running it back on today. I thought it was appropriate. It's been so long since this song even came out, yet it kind of feels like it's 5 years old. So I figured what better person and what better song to dissect R. Kelly's Ignition remix. First time you heard this song, where were you? What was happening?
I was 21, I guess. Wow. 21. Crazy. First time I heard it, just on the radio, man. You know, maybe a CD. You know, we had CDs back then. People were buying CDs. Yeah. Maybe those burned CDs. Someone probably burned it and stuff like that. The clubs, and that's about it. Yeah.
I think I initially heard it in college, 2002. I was probably a junior or senior in college, and it was an instant party song.
Everyone loved it.
Everybody loved
the song of the year, right?
I did some research. I didn't see it getting any awards for that. I found that it peaked at number 2 on the Billboard charts, but it's one of those songs that comes on and that everybody hears and goes, oh, and it's instantly easy to sing along to. Like, you know all the words to this song after you hear it 1.5 times. That's what makes it a great party song. To you, what makes it a great party song?
To me, it's just that beat, I think. And then how he just starts all that little talking at the beginning, you know? Yo, but you know, he's like all that stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think
acting a fool, basically.
I don't know if it's age related or what, but it seems to be that perfect age 16 to about 27 range, where if you grew up with this song or you hear this song and you're that age, there's nothing better than it. It represents party. It represents friends. It represents drinking. It represents the chance at getting some at a party. Those are really the basic elements to a party song, I think. And then factor in danceable too.
Yeah, it's everything.
Yeah.
Everyone can enjoy it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not too Wu-Tang, you know, it's not too hardcore, you know. It's
That's a good
not, you know,
point. Everybody can enjoy it because um, you don't have to be really immense in hip hop. You don't have to be a rocker. You don't have to be emo or grunge. Everybody can enjoy this song. That's the best way of putting it, I think, for a party song is everybody can enjoy it.
because I remember when R. Kelly started to get in trouble and stuff like that, and then every Gerard Carmichael is the first one to do this joke. He basically said like he said like yeah it was bad, but you know, but have you heard Ignition remix? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was just saying like he gave R. Kelly a pass, and then I remember a bunch of comics who do that same joke. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll get into how we can enjoy R. Kelly songs these days, but I think it begs the question. There's probably a dozen artists who we have to ask, can we still enjoy their music now that we know more about them? It seems like the road could only go this way. We're gonna constantly be battling this question probably throughout our whole lifetime.
I mean, they didn't cancel the song yet, right? So
That's true. If they start canceling songs and scrubbing them from the internet, we got to digitally copy all this music now. That way we have our library. And that way, when the shit goes down, we have all the music, all the movies in a hard copy. Maybe that's how CDs and VHS and hard copies of music and media will come back.
maybe.
They'll scrub it,
Yeah.
yet we'll have it.
Was there any like singer, rapper, or any artist that got canceled that did music?
Well, Michael Jackson comes to mind.
But they didn't take out his like you
No,
know, they didn't like Bill
you're
Cosby.
right.
They didn't just take out his whole thing. Like, no, it doesn't exist no more. You know.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, I don't think any musician had stuff taken down. Not that I can think of, but
You did kind of, yeah.
yeah, you got Michael Jackson's the one that comes to mind, but everything's still up there. I mean, you could go deep into the weeds. Phil Spector, famous producer, is on countless records, countless Beatles records. So that music's still out there. So I think at some point we just need to realize people did bad stuff a long time ago, and this is just what they put out, and it happened to be good and enjoyable.
You know what? I don't think you could cancel music. Then there'd be no music.
Yeah, that's true.
Elvis, what did Elvis date like a 16-year-old or something like that?
Elvis met his wife when she was 14, I believe.
Yeah.
Priscilla Presley. So we keep going down the list. James Brown, didn't James Brown like legendarily beat up women? Ike Turner.
Ike Turner, yeah, of course.
We have a long list to go if we want to throw out all the music we enjoy because the person did something we don't like. But it is an interesting conversation to have, is how much enjoyment do we still have out of the music, knowing what we know?
Well, like I was mentioning to someone, like I was helping out some people a couple of weeks ago, and then like we were doing something for the homeless where we're just like packing up foods and stuff like that, packing up little meals. And then Usher's confession came out, and he's basically talking about how he got his side chick pregnant and stuff like that, cheated on his girlfriend. You know, and then I was listening to it, I was like, wow, okay. Like he and then everyone's just dancing to it, like, ooh, they're all having a good time dancing to it and stuff like that.
Music is the great camouflage over some disgusting behavior sometimes. I was thinking about this too. I'm not a Post Malone fan, but I like that song Circles he has. And I'm listening to it. It's like, this is a cool song. It's got a good beat. And I read the lyrics to it. I'm like, this is a song about him basically wanting to break up with his lady, but he doesn't want to do it. So he's like, well, if you want to break up with me, fine. But, you know, I'll still bang you if it's cool. But like, hey, but you call me. So it's basically kind of a real disgusting song. But I'm thinking about it. I'm like, we've had these songs since the 70s. If you listen to Rambling Man, if you listen to Rolling Stone, if you listen to Brandy, have you ever heard the song Brandy, the old 70s song by Looking Glass? And it's a song, basically this guy comes into port and it's like, Brandy, you're a fine girl, but hey, I belong to the sea. I'm going to be gone by Sunday. You know, we'll hang out Saturday. I'm not leaving till Sunday, but you know, I got to go. So we've done this for a long time where we have really bad male behavior under a great song, and yet we love the song.
Yeah, and then there's like every song has like a hidden message, right? It's a lot.
Right.
Most of the songs are about drugs, right?
Drugs. Yep.
A lot of drugs, right? A lot of drugs.
That's true.
A lot of heroin, a lot of things. They're just, well, they're artists, right? That's their art, I guess.
They're artists. That's just the problem Brandy ran into.
Yeah. See, if Bill Cosby was an artist, maybe there's the Cosby Show out there, you know?
That's true. Very true.
That's so crazy. I didn't even think about it like that. There's no music that's canceled because I think last week they said they're trying to cancel Eminem.
Oh, okay. Right.
And then they're trying to cancel Lil Nas right now. Because he gave Satan in a music video. He gave Satan.
The Satan shoes. I thought he put Satan on his shoes.
He put real blood in there.
Right. That's the news story I heard. That there's a little drop of real blood. Hey, who gave the blood though? Is it his blood? That'd be cool.
Oh man, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he went to a blood bank and just got like bags of that shit and stuff like that.
Can you just go to a blood bank and get blood?
I don't. Well, if you're a little Nas, maybe you can.
You can get blood on demand.
Because the thing is, like, he bought a bunch of Nikes, and he customized them himself. But Nike's mad because everyone thinks Nike allowed that. You know. Right.
That's the story I heard. That Nike was disapproving of it. However, I mean, he essentially was customizing Nikes he bought. I don't know, from a legal standpoint, I don't know if Nike has an argument or not. Although if there's an argument to be had, they will find it.
I guess I'm just trying to make it clear, like, hey, you know, we're not a part of this shit.
Right. This day and age, every company has to have a statement no matter what. So Nike will state, but you know, I don't know if you know Nike, but they got some deep pockets. If they want to file litigation, I'm sure they will. So I got some history on R. Kelly's Ignition remix.
Oh, go for it.
History released in 2002. The song is 19 years old. It peaked at number 2. The magazine Rolling Stone named it on its list of the 500 greatest songs. R. Kelly wrote the basis of the song 5 years prior to actually recording it. The video was shot in Miami. This I didn't know. The idea for the video was there was a nightclub inside of the Stretch Hummer limousine called Club Jeep. I never really got that concept watching the video, but
I didn't get that either.
No, and then ironically, the club he's named is called Club Jeep, yet it's a Hummer.
He loved Jeeps. If you remember his albums before that, he always talked about Jeeps. You know?
The video features a cameo by Nick Cannon, who is the DJ in the video. Yeah, I didn't know that either. And once I watched it a couple times, I was like, oh yeah, that is Nick Cannon. So a couple little tidbits on the video. Moving on to the categories. I got a bunch of categories here. Okay. Question number 1, the biggest question, we sort of touched on it. Are we allowed to enjoy R. Kelly music?
Depends what house you live in. You know, depends what house. Depends, like, I guess, you know, on the people you hang out with, you know, because it might offend some people. I don't know. But me and you, I think we can listen to it.
I vote yes. I vote you can enjoy it. You don't have to, it doesn't mean you're approving of bad stuff that the guy did. I say you can enjoy the music and enjoy what his intent was. But it does depend. You're right. It does depend on who listens to it. But can I just say this? I never met anybody who said, I can't listen to R. Kelly music. I never met anybody who, number one, approves of what he does with underage chicks. Of course not. Nobody approves of that. I never met anybody who said, like, whoa, I can't hear that song.
Around our age, but what if you met like some new person, you know, like an 18-year-old kid? Oh, I don't want to listen to R. Kelly.
I would say you listen to this song on a loop and tell me you don't love this song. Okay. Number 2. Is this song best enjoyed at the beginning, the middle, or the end of a party to you?
That's a good question. Begin. In the middle, and then play it again at the end. Why everyone's fucking
in the middle and play it again at the end.
Yeah, add some fillers in there, and then just add
right
towards the end.
Also,
it's a feel good thing. You hear it, you just feel good. You know, we're talking about it right now, and I'm like, hey, because you think of like all this stuff about it. You know.
Yeah. Also, we're talking 2002. This is prime CD era, so it's very possible that you got your party CD playing. The CD ends 10 songs in, and then you're out of music. So you think, well, let's just play it again and start with Ignition Remix. Let's just play it all over again.
That you remember you just buy a single back then, just one song.
Right. That's true.
That's a single song. Like people just buy the single and then they just play the whole thing like on over and over again in the damn car.
Yeah. CD era. You could buy singles of songs and then you just play it over and over and over again. So for me, I like this song at the end of the party. I like it at the end. I think it kicks it off. It wraps it up so well. So you're having a good time. The song comes on at the end of the party. Take it to another level. Party goes to another level. The party may be dying. The argument for the middle or the beginning of the party may be if your party's dying and you play this song, you might save the party.
Maybe. Oh man, I didn't think of that like that.
Keep it chambered. I also forgot in 2002, I was doing my research. I got a couple other notes from 2002 to put you in the real mindset of that year. 2002, New England won their very first Super Bowl. That was the start of that. Miami Hurricanes won the college football national title. The Lakers swept the Nets. Lord of the Rings was the highest grossing movie. Top TV shows were CSI, Friends, and Joe Millionaire.
Joe Millionaire. I forgot about that. Wow.
Right. Back when reality TV was very much in its kind of like, what do we got here? Hey, we could really do anything. What do you mean anything? You know that dude who's a millionaire? Yeah. He's not a millionaire. What?
That's so crazy. Did Flavor of Love come out like a couple years after that?
Right. I think once Joe Millionaire tapped the keg, every sort of news, every sort of TV network was like, let's do something like that. Remember there was Joe Millionaire, but there was also Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire?
There was? Oh,
and I think the woman didn't see the guy. She just like learned about him. They don't see him till like the altar.
Oh, and then they could either be a millionaire or they could just be a regular Joe.
Maybe,
right?
Maybe. Yeah. There was always a twist.
Yeah. So you don't know if that dude's rich. Or wait a minute. No, that was, what was that called again? I think it was like,
there was Who Wants to Marry a Millionaire, and then there was Joe Millionaire, who Joe Millionaire wasn't even a millionaire. That was the twist of the show.
Yeah, and you find out at the end he's not a millionaire, and then the girl just trips out, right?
Right, and then you see what the girl does. So
yeah, that show didn't last long.
No, it burned hot for a quick moment, but that was it. It's not like you could have Joe Millionaire 2, because The Secret was already out, so you couldn't have more shows of it. But Joe Millionaire was number 3. And then 2002, George W. Bush gave his famous Accesses of Evil speech that year. Yeah. So this is where we were in 2002.
Wow.
Yes.
9/11 happened that year too, right? Or no?
It would have been 2000. Right. It would have been the September of 2001. And then we're into 2002. A couple months later, I think.
Because the Patriots, when they won the first year, everyone assumed it was rigged because of 9/11. You know, right. It's rigged because of 9/11. They want the Patriots to win.
You're right. So 9/11 happens in that September, and then a couple months later, it's 2002, and then we have all this stuff happen. New England wins. Ignition Remix comes out.
Chappelle Show.
Right. So we were really like getting out of the rubble of 9/11 still for that whole year is when this sort of happens. So that's an interesting tidbit.
Yeah, because people, you remember when 9/11 happened, people were just scared, right? They're scared to go on planes. They're just whenever they see like an Arab person or something like that, they'll be, assume they're
Definitely.
a terrorist.
Right. There was definitely a feeling of apprehension, fear, which feels similar to this year too. We all have some PTSD from this whole year. You think about it, 9/11 really, the event was just the one day. And then we started recovering from the event, that day on. This has been a whole year. And now we're going to recover from a whole year's worth. So kind of an interesting but different dynamic to it all. Remember, airports after 9/11 were a big, big fear. There was changes at airports.
Take off your shoes, right?
Shoes had to come off. Remember, no one could meet you at the gate anymore. Do you remember people could go to the gate who weren't flying?
I didn't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, you would have like if you were flying in, the people could go meet you at the gate as you came out of the little walkway.
Wow.
It feels like a million years ago.
I don't remember that at all. Wow.
Right.
Well, because I didn't fly till like 2010.
Well, yeah, you did have to fly.
That's crazy.
Right.
Wow.
So, yeah, interesting year that all this stuff happened, and we're in the wake of 9/11 at the time as well. So, question number 2, or category number 2, favorite lyric of the song, Frank?
Probably the first one. Oh, you know the chorus. It's like, doo, doo, beep, beep.
Going without, I have some nominees
for
favorite lyric.
Probably the first. And then as soon as you hear it, it's like, murder, she wrote.
Right. Okay. Here's my nominees for my favorite lyric. We got food everywhere as if the party was catered. I like the idea that a high-end party means catered food. Like that's what a great party is to R. Kelly, is catering. Number 2, you must be a football coach the way you got me playing the field.
Oh,
a silly lyric, which makes me think, okay, R. Kelly has some football knowledge. You wouldn't put that lyric in there unless you didn't sort of follow football. And then number 2, his coaching background is the coach really, really emphasized playing the field. So it makes me think R. Kelly, if he was a football player, would be a free safety. R. Kelly, because he's watching the field, he's watching movement, he's trying to read eyes, he's playing the field. So R. Kelly, free safety. Where do you stand on if R. Kelly was a football player, what position he would play?
He'd be a GM.
Oh, going off the field.
He's a sleazy dude. That's so funny you said the football field thing. I remember at that time, my friends, like some of my best friends, they're trying to be rappers. And they always clown that. I know they're all into like Wu-Tang and stuff like that, but they always clown that lyric. Like that was so funny to them and stuff like that. That's when like songs, like R&B songs started notice like there was like rap lyrics or something like that.
Yeah, I like that lyric. And then my third nominee for best lyric. Now, usually I don't do this, but go ahead and break them off a little previews of the remix. I love everything about that line because number 1, he's like, I'm doing you a favor right now because I don't usually do this. It's not like, do people say like, R. Kelly, can we hear some remix? No, I don't give you any of the remix. But on this occasion, he's like, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to break you off a little piece of the previews, plural previews of the remix. So I like that lyric. And also it's the very first lyric. So you hear it and you're like, all right, we're on the ride. Not stopping now. I'm all aboard. Buckle up. Those are my three nominees. My pick is the football coach one. I just think that lyric is funny.
The whole song is funny, man.
The whole song is definitely funny.
The whole song is definitely funny, but like, yeah, that's a good nominee right there. I like the chorus because it's just so silly.
My favorite lyric is, yeah, you must be a football coach the way you got me playing the field. It's telling. It makes me think R. Kelly likes football or played football. And it's got the dual meaning because he's playing the field. He's playing the field of football and of ladies.
Good metaphor.
That's my pick. What do you got?
I like the chorus. the reason why I like the chorus is because it reminds me of Chappelle Show, you know?
Right. Oh, yeah. Shortly after, there was the Chappelle Show.
Chappelle just made fun of it, man. He switched
sketch.
up to just the chorus and stuff like that.
So you're going chorus.
I like the chorus because that's all. Whenever I just hear it, it's just like, whoop, you know?
Hard to beat.
I didn't realize I was 19 years old. I was like, wow.
Right. I really feel like it could drop today and we would be that much in.
Oh, definitely would be in. That should
okay, next category, more of a question. This is probably the biggest question of the whole video for me. Was this the height of the jersey wearing era?
I don't know about that. Because
what are your nominees? What are the other heights of jersey wearing?
Right now it's a good hype because everyone's wearing the old jerseys right now. I used to work at a vintage jersey shop. Dante Chang used to sell jerseys, and then people were like, I think that was the hype of their era, you know, because now like people try to sell those jerseys and no one wants those jerseys because they're so long. They go through your knee and stuff like that. But I think that time it did start the retro one, you know, because nobody was wearing retro ones back then. Like when you saw it, you're like, oh shit. But then the weird thing was that they just wanted to wear it to their knees with giant white t-shirts too and headbands.
Right. I did some research. I counted 18 jerseys in this video. 5 actual players, 3 fictional jerseys, 4 that are just question marks. I don't know what they were. 3 non-regulation jerseys and 1 shirt. There's 1 LA Lakers t-shirt.
How long was that?
It's in the video real quick. It's just like the side, but you can tell it says Lakers on it, and it's not a jersey. It's a t-shirt. So,
because you remember back then, like that's when Allen Iverson would wear like the jerseys, right? And he would wear the jerseys all long, and he would wear a headband and all that stuff.
Yeah, this was definitely, to me, this is a height of jersey wearing era because people wore jerseys as regular clothes. They went to college classes in jerseys. They went to clubs in jerseys and went to malls in jerseys, which you still see it today. But if you had a cool jersey or you had a jersey, you wore that as a regular shirt very often.
It could have been the height of the throwback jersey too, right? Because everyone wanted the throwback, you know, because it was back then you could not get a Michael Jordan jersey. I remember it was so hard to get a Michael Jordan jersey. So if you had like a retro one like that, it was a big thing. Or Dominique Wilkins was big.
Where do you stand on wearing a jersey? Have you ever worn a jersey out and about in a casual situation from the ages of 16 years old?
I used to wear it all the time. It was not because it was cool back then. I think I had a white chocolate. I had a Kobe. I had
you had a Jason Williams white chocolate one?
I had a white chocolate one, yeah.
Nice.
White chocolate was a shit back. That jersey was nice too. And then what was the question again? The question was like, would I wear it at a casual setting?
Yeah. Where do you stand on wearing a jersey now? Would you wear one? Is there a setting where it's acceptable? Is it never acceptable to you? Undershirt under the jersey? No undershirt? Home jersey? Away jersey? Where do you stand?
It's weird because I don't have a problem with people wearing jerseys. This is crazy now. You know, you can wear it to a wedding. I won't even care. You wear it to a funeral. I don't care. It's weird. And I think you are right. It was because of like that time.
Say the bride's getting married. Instead of a white dress, it's a home LA Lakers white jersey.
It's so funny. If you can, it's cool now. I remember back in the day when you sat on the bench in the NBA, you had to wear a suit.
Right. And then if you weren't playing.
Around the 2000 eras, people just started wearing, when they were hurt, they started wearing jerseys and big chains and stuff like that.
Yes. I think to me, the jersey wearing is only acceptable if you're going to the game. If you're going to the game, I would want to wear the jersey that the team is playing in. So I want to wear Well, I want to wear the home jersey if the home team's playing. Like I want to look like the team. That would be my strategy if I'm wearing a jersey to the game. I don't want to wear an away jersey to a home game. I don't want to wear like, you know how they sort of would make up colors for a team that they never wear. I wouldn't want to wear that jersey. I want to support the team. That's my thought. I don't like jerseys as casual wear. They look weird to me.
I mean, I have friends that love jerseys. That's like their thing, you know. That's funny you mentioned the jersey thing. Like I just wear it to the games. Like, because whenever I go to sporting events, I see a lot of people wear jerseys, right?
Right.
But it's never for the teams that are at the game.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so you got Lakers. Yeah, if you got Lakers versus Clippers, somebody wears a Denver Nuggets jersey. That's weird. That's a sociopath.
Speaking of Denver Nuggets, that was one of the hottest jerseys back in that time too.
Ooh, they had like the light blue. Remember the light blue kind of
mountain thing? Yeah, everyone wanted that one too.
As far as jerseys go, a very underrated secret jersey I like was the purple away Utah Jazz jersey with the mountains. I always thought that was cool. Cool jersey. Didn't get its due credit.
A lot of people like that Utah jersey now.
Like really?
The past 4 years. They like that and they like the Michael Jordan one. Those were the ones that I could always sell at Dante's shop. But the thing is, they can't be long no more because they have to be tight fit, like athletic fit now.
I see. That's true. This was also baggy jersey era in the NBA. This was long shorts, baggy jerseys. Well, I remember Allen Iverson would wear his jersey, but it was very visible that he had an undershirt underneath it. So you could see through his arms of the jersey really easily because he was wearing this massive flowing Philadelphia 76ers jersey as well. It's funny because if you look at Michael Jordan was playing late 80s into the mid 90s, and it was thought as like he wears baggy shorts. You look at his shorts now and you're like, those are regular shorts. It is turned the corner so hard. Michael Jordan was the baggy shorts guy. And once Michigan Fab Five came around in the early 2000s, those shorts were high and tight by those standards.
Definitely. It's funny you talked about Allen Iverson because if you see Allen Iverson now, he still dresses the same. That one time,
the man committed.
Jerseys is all big. He still does that.
Also, this was a jersey era where companies started making jerseys that had nothing to do with a sports team. Do you remember FUBU came out, was a company, and they just made jerseys that said FUBU and it would say the number 1 or the number 00. And that was it. It was just a jersey of a non-sports team. And people wore them. They were like, I just got to get me a FUBU jersey.
Wow.
We love jerseys.
FUBU, man. Yeah, they did love jerseys. And you know what? People that like enjoyed jerseys back then, you can tell now that they're all grown up and stuff like that, they still rock that shit hard.
Okay, I got the jersey list from the video. Here we go. Warren Moon.
Nice.
A New York. Yeah, a very like home pewter blue jersey. Very underrated uniform. Those Houston Oilers. Warren Moon. There's a New York Knicks jersey, which I couldn't tell the number or name, so I don't know who had that one. A Marshall Faulk New York Jets jersey.
Marshall Faulk, wow.
Elton Brand on the Clippers, number 42 jersey. Boston Celtics, I couldn't tell the number. There's a jersey somebody's wearing that says squirrels. Nick Cannon is wearing a jersey that says clowns. There is a Bulls jersey R. Kelly wears that's just white. It has no number. There is a girl in a Celtics jersey. There's a red-black jersey. I couldn't tell if it was a team or what, but it's red and black. There is a baseball jersey, which I think is Milwaukee, but I couldn't tell. There's a Washington Bullets jersey. There's a jersey that R. Kelly wears that says TLC on it. And on the back, it says Jam Master. There is a Brown Bulls jersey. There's a Celtics away jersey, number 34, Paul Pierce. The Lakers t-shirt. There's 2 jerseys that just question mark. I don't know what they were. And there's a number 8 Celtics jersey for Antoine Walker as well. So a lot of jerseys in this video.
Wow. I get why you say it's like the jersey era.
Jersey era. Which is your favorite jersey of all those I listed?
Let me see. Probably the Marshall Faulk one, I guess. Marshall
Kind
Faulk
of
and
an
the Jets one?
interesting. Marshall Falk was in there. I don't remember him being like popular in hip hop world or what, but Marshall Falk, interesting pull. New York Jets too. Marshall Falk.
Was he on the Rams back then?
He was on the Rams. He was on a team before that. He was on the Colts before that. And then I think he finished his career with the Jets.
Really? Wow.
Interesting. Right. Because if this was 2002,
Patriots beat them the first year.
Patriots beat them the first year, which he was on. Was he on that Rams team a couple years earlier or later?
Kurt Warner, yeah.
But this would have been the Rams' second Super Bowl against the Patriots. This would be the Rams' second Super Bowl that happened to be against them, and the Patriots first. So maybe Falk had left by then. Man, this slipped me in my deep dive of research.
Well, we'll see what's up. But hey, it's 19 years ago. You did pretty well. That TLC thing, I think Left Eye probably died that year.
Maybe that's why he had the TLC jersey. You're right.
Yeah, because Jam Master Jay died. So
right. So that's the significance of that brown TLC jersey he's wearing.
Yeah, I think that's why, because Left Eye died in a car accident.
So you like the TLC jersey?
Nah, I didn't like that.
Oh no, not your pick.
Not my pick. I mean, that's what I found was curious. I said the Jets and the Falcon one because Jets jersey is just pretty nice. That's a nice jersey.
Yeah, the white with the green shoulders, classy jersey.
Yeah, that's a nice jersey.
Well, my pick's obvious. I like the Warren Moon jersey.
Oh, glad I just said that one.
It doesn't get a lot of screen time, but it's a good jersey, and it's early in there.
Dude, my friends, they wanted that jersey so bad. The Warren Moon, I remember. That was one of the ones. Warren Moon they wanted, and they also wanted a Moreno. I remember those were the ones they wanted.
Oh, really? A Dan Marino one?
Throwback, yeah.
Interesting. Dan Marino jersey.
That's funny. It just popped in my head.
Also, you know what? Maybe it's a badge of honor if you can get the hip hop community to wear your jersey if you're a white guy. Do you ever think about that? If you can be a white guy and your jersey gets introduced into pop culture, that's a badge of honor.
Well, if you remember, Eminem had his own clothing line. It was awful. It was like FUBU, but he had like shaggy hair and stuff.
I don't remember that.
He did. He had his own. Yeah. My friends that are rappers. One of them was Guatemalan, and the other one was white. So that's how I knew. They weren't black or anything like that. The aspiring rapper guys.
Aspiring rapper guys.
Yeah.
Second. Oh, go ahead.
No, because it's funny how you mentioned like how R. Kelly's like, if I give you a remix, blah blah blah. That's just how you talk. That's just how they talk. My friends will talk like that too. I'm like, these guys, man.
Well, usually he doesn't do that.
Yeah. That's Cap.
Another observation. This one had me scratching my head. The lyric, running her hands through my fro. Great lyric. Nobody has an afro in this whole video, Frank. There's no afros in this whole video. Yeah.
But you have to have an afro before you get cornrows, and everyone had cornrows, right?
Right. R. Kelly does have cornrows, so at some point he did have an afro. But however, in the video, no one has an afro. No one has anything. I would have thought like someone doing the video would be like, hey, we got this lyric that's in the song about 6 different times. Can we get a guy with an actual afro in here? Or can we get a girl actually running her hands through a guy with an afro? There's not a single afro in this video. And it's a central lyric to the song. Again, it took me about 12 times watching the video to realize this, but does not bother anybody else?
I guess it bothers me now. Sure. No. It was funny when I saw it. I remember when I saw it on a video too. One of the things that got to me, I was like, R. Kelly has hair now? Because he was always bald when I saw him. I was like, he has hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was like, this guy could grow it. He had the bald. He was like bald, the Michael Jordan thing, and he wore dark glasses. That was his look. I saw him with hair, and I was like, what the? He sort of remixed himself with this album because he changed his whole style up and stuff.
I just thought about this. Have you ever heard the Ignition song that isn't the remix?
I probably did, but just don't care for it now,
I don't think I ever have. I might even pretend that it doesn't exist. I might just think the remix is the song. What do you think the percentage is of people who have heard the non-remix Ignition song?
No, I did hear it. I did hear it before. It's slower. It's slower than this. It's not as like dancey.
Oh, really?
I know about that because Chappelle Show. Because Chappelle has 2 versions of it.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think I remember
that. Very slow. You know, it was
right.
Like, haters going to hey, ballers going up. Oh, that one. You know,
that was the regular version, and then he had a remix version. Got it. What do you think the percentage is of people who have heard the non-remix Ignition video? It's got to be under 5%.
So that song was pretty good too, to be honest with you.
Really? I've never heard it.
It wasn't as popular as the other one, but it was still as good.
I've never heard it. I don't care to hear it. I'm a little curious, but to me, I've got everything I need in the remix. Speaking of like remix and doing the deep dive on the R. Kelly song, there are some, like there's a million covers of this song too. And there's a million, there's one that will make you throw your shoe at your laptop screen. There's one of the actor, Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing a acoustic guitar, and he sings the Ignition remix, and you almost want to yell at him. You're like, you don't get to sing this song. There's one of, what's another one I saw? There was another one of the guy from Maroon 5 singing it. Nothing even comes close to being a good version. It's not coverable. I did find one kid. What's crazy about YouTube is the best thing on YouTube is from some kid in his mom's house. There is one kid, he's in his room and he's just playing acoustic guitar and he does the Ignition remix song and it's awesome. And then you go to his page and he has like 12 awesome cover songs. So I did find that, but as far as good covers, not a lot of good covers on the remix.
Wow. So no one can live up to R. Kelly hype.
Next category, another question. This one I did I found nothing on this one. Who was that white kid in the video? There's a white kid.
You know what's funny? Have you seen that show Entourage?
Yeah.
I always thought that was Vince. Like when I started watching Entourage, I was like, oh, it's the guy from the R. Kelly video.
Oh, really? Well, they have the same hair.
Again, I was like, oh, that's not him. You know, when I watched it again, like when you told me about this and I watched the video again, and I was like, it wasn't Vince, but I always thought it was Vince from Entourage.
He's got the hair. You're right. And
but it wasn't him. Not even close, though.
It's not him, but it happens in the video where the white kid gets thrown into the middle of the dance floor and he just stands there and you think like, oh, he's about to do some crazy good dance. No one thinks he can dance. He doesn't do a good dance at all. He just sort of like flops around. I don't know why he's in the video. It has nothing to do with the video. I looked it up. The actor's name is David Feldman. He has one credit listed on IMDb. This is it. It's the R. Kelly video. And he's credited with Dancing White Hipster.
Oh, okay.
That's all I could find. I couldn't find if he's ever done anything else, why he's in the video, what he's doing in the video. It's the most odd thing. It makes no sense to me. Dancing White Hipster.
Maybe that's how good the song was, that it makes like anyone can dance to it, no matter how bad to it is.
Right. He does a terrible dance. It's not good at all. So it just doesn't match to me. I don't know why that was in there. Anyway, let's pretend that didn't happen. Next category.
Wait a minute. What if he like wasn't supposed to be in the video and he just like snuck on set and he did that shit and they just cracked everyone up so bad that they're like, fuck it, we'll just leave it in there.
That would make sense. That would make sense to me, Frank, because this kid was, hanging around. He was doing this silly dance on the side, and we're like, let's put this guy in the video. Let's put him in front of the camera in the video just for a scene. That would make sense, but I couldn't find that anywhere. He's wearing like baggy jeans, a t-shirt. He's got glasses, and he just sort of flops around. He doesn't do anything really that interesting.
Like, imagine if you're on set and you're high, you're drunk, you're having a good time, and this guy comes out. Wouldn't you start cracking up?
Maybe a little too much Coke and rum.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Coke. You know.
Right. That lyric is sipping on Coke and rum, but maybe it's actually separated. Coke and rum.
Another thing about my rapper friends. They would get bottles of Bacardi Limon and just drink it out of the bottle. They would wear long jerseys, say, you ain't ready for my stuff, blah, 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 and they would drink rum. They didn't do no coke, though.
You know what? There's a part in the video that I like where there's a part where the camera pans and you see everybody sort of hands in the air. You just see hands. There's a part where a guy is holding up like the Cristal bottle, but he also has a wine glass in his hand. So he's like, like I'm partying, but I'm still using a glass, just so you know. I'm not going to no drinking out of the bottle like some bougie guy. I have a glass with me. Thank you very much.
What happened to Cristal?
This might have been the height of Cristal.
I remember. Have you ever tried it? It's actually really, really good.
Maybe I've never had Cristal.
They used to talk about that shit all the time back then, right?
Right. It was associated with like bottle service, right? Like if you were a high roller, you got Cristal at the club. Right.
Yeah, it was a sweet thing too. You could drink it out of the bottle, actually.
Maybe, yeah. We're thinking this was the height of the Jersey era. It's more the height of Cristal.
Could be it all, man. Could be it all. We got to make a documentary about it. It has to be 2002, okay?
2002, the documentary.
2002, man.
That's right. Next category. Frank, describe your favorite R. Kelly look in this video.
My favorite
he goes through several costume changes in the video.
I don't really remember. Shit, I don't really think of it like that.
Do you want me to get you started? Because I wrote them all down.
He does wear the Boston jersey. He wears the Boston jersey in that one, right?
There's the Boston Celtics look. There's the white fur coat look. There's the TLC jersey look. There's the white Bulls jersey, no number look. I think that's it.
I'll probably go. Let's go TLC left eye.
Yeah,
I'll never love that.
I went.
Number 2 will probably be fur coat and then white Bulls jersey.
The fur coat. Yep. I went with the Boston Celtics look. Let me describe his look. He's got the Boston Celtics white jersey, no number. So we don't know what it is. Just Celtics jersey. He is wearing a Boston Celtics hat over a bandana. This was bandana and hat.
Oh yeah. Those were big back then too. Fuck.
Right. He's got 2 gold chains on. And then here's the weirdest part. He's wearing 2 wristbands on his hands, though. Like he's got them over his palm. They're not on his wrist. He's wearing 2 wristbands on his hands, and he's got clear glasses on as well. Like this look is heavy. This is a heavy, heavy look. So to me, by far, this is the Hall of Fame look of the whole video. Although the white fur coat should be noted, but that Boston look is killer, is royalty.
Oh man. But R. Kelly's he's an artist, right? He's an artist, I guess.
You have to be. Also, that was a weird time for wearing bandanas under your hat. I don't know if that carried on too well, but there was a lot of do-rags under a ball cap that people were trying. And he's got the headband under a ball cap look. Not quite sure the purpose. Yeah, not quite sure the purpose of that one. It's like I need not 1, but 2 layers on my head.
Wow, that was a silly time.
Yeah. I gotta say this one's on us. 2002. That was a misstep. Sorry about that, humanity. What about this? Oh my God. Your favorite R. Kelly dance move in the video?
The white guy.
Oh, but pick your favorite R. Kelly one though. Like, what was his move?
He dances in it.
Well,
I know he just shakes his arms a lot, right?
He sort of has, right. They're not necessarily they're just moves. They're kind of dance moves. I wrote 2 down as my favorite. When he says the lyric "hot and fresh out the kitchen," he pretends to like stir a pot, like he's making soup or something. I like that he tied the dance move to the lyric.
You know what? And one was big back then too, right?
Right. And One was a company that had jerseys and nondescript basketball stuff.
And then the street balling too, right?
Right.
Because they'll do all that stuff too on the court. Oh, jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
That does sound pretty funny though. He's just staring the thing.
Right. Yeah, he does. He does a stir motion when he says the lyric hot and fresh out the kitchen. So R. Kelly's in the kitchen and he's stirring something to make it hot and fresh to come out of the kitchen.
Oh man, that guy's silly. I'll pick that one. What's your favorite?
That was my favorite, but I have an honorable mention. At the very end of the video, he does a dance move and it looks, I wrote this down, it looks like he's trying to pick up something that's too heavy. And all you see him is from midsection and he's going like this. It looks like whatever he's trying to pick up is too heavy. I love that dance move too. Head down and he's going like this and he can't lift it up. Great dance move.
Don't they have a shovel scene where they do the shovel or something like that?
I can't remember a shovel scene, do they?
I could be wrong. But I like the part at the end where the white guy's pointing at the camera and he just thought like he killed it. I was like, no.
Right. That one's good. It's confusing. I don't know why that kid's there, but it is enjoyment. It goes back to the sense that we have like this music. This song is intended for everybody to enjoy. Whether you're a white kid who can't dance, you can enjoy it. Whether you wear jerseys, you can enjoy it.
But I think the guy just, he didn't care either. He just loved the song. I guess
didn't care. Didn't care at all.
Interesting. Who knows? Maybe that kid was like a PA, and he was a PA on.
I would love to know. Wouldn't you love to know? Go look him up. David Feldman. He has a 1 credit on IMDb, and it's Dancing White Hipster. R. Kelly video 2002. That's it.
I'm pretty sure there's a story. There has to be a story.
I couldn't find it. If anybody knows,
can't find it?
I looked everywhere. There is a David R. Feldman who's a comedian and a radio host that I thought was him for about a half hour, but until I figured out the age wasn't right. But that's all I could find. There's one David Feldman. Somebody please tell me why he's there, just so I can sleep at night.
Wow. Imagine being that, like, the highlight of your life.
This is the bigger question since I couldn't figure out if Clay Aiken was gay or not. I don't know. I don't care. I just need to know. And then I can move on with my life. This is the same way with this guy. I just need to know what's going on. And then I can move on.
It's like aliens.
Exactly like it.
I guess, man. Right, Patrick. Now you fucking got that shit in my head. Now I gotta watch this video all over again. Shit.
You can't lose. You can't lose by watching this video too much.
Yeah, but it's funny because whenever I just hear the song, the Chappelle Show just pops in my head.
I forgot about the Chappelle Show kind of gag with it. That was a direct reaction to that video. That was great.
Yeah, because the thing is, you ever hear what Chappelle was saying on Chappelle Show? How, like R. Kelly and his boys were going to beat up Dave?
No, I don't know that story.
Because he actually says that on Chappelle Show, like when he's like talking on the mic and stuff with it. He says like R. Kelly did not like that video and stuff with it. Good stuff. He's
really?
Like,
R. Kelly didn't like the drum of labeled R. Kelly's doo-doo butter?
Yeah. Well, he says, why you be saying? He's like, why you be saying I be peeing on girls? Like, because you do, or something like that. But they said like R. Kelly they're going to jump Dave or something. They're going to beat up Dave or some shit.
Wow. What if the stretch Hummer limousine pulls up to Dave Chappelle's house and just like a clown car, million party goers are coming out of there and they go to beat up Dave Chappelle?
Nah, but I don't think so. But it's funny because that song and that remix, whatever, Dave Chappelle had it on his show. And then if you watch Dave Chappelle's special later on with R. Kelly and all his allegations, he's still like involved with the R. Kelly thing.
It can die. I hope this never dies.
Yeah.
It can die. Final category. This is the Mugging for Screen Time Award. This award goes to the extra in the video that you think was mugging for screen time the most. I have 3 nominees. Number 1, this happens at 31 seconds into the video. There is a white kid with cornrows, and he sticks his head right on the shoulder of R. Kelly. And I think he's one of the Boston Celtic jerseys. I paused it like 10 times. It is hilarious. I got white kid with cornrows. I got at 43 seconds, there is a camera shot that's going through a crowd, and there's a guy in the Clippers jersey who grabs his dick. He does the like crotch grab move. That one had me falling out of my chair. It's like, okay, this is my shot. I'm going to grab my dick. It's at 43 seconds. And then finally, third nominee, the girl in the red jumpsuit. She's in it. She's in a couple quick scenes of the video doing the like booty shake dance. She's into it. She's got a red jumpsuit on, mugging for Screen Time Award. She's in there as well. What do you got?
I gotta go with 1 or 3. Number two is like
it's easy to miss. It's easy to miss number 2. You got to watch it a couple times. It's at 43 seconds into the video, and the guy just overtly just grabs his dick as R. Kelly walks by. It's great. Kind of that's a weird thug move, was the dick grabbing. And what is that? What is that? Just sort of our chimp DNA in our heads while we do that at parties or when you're going to get into fights? Why do we do that?
I don't know. I remember Walter White did that like in the first episode of Breaking Bad when he quit his job at the car wash. Like, fuck you. And then he just grabbed his nuts and stuff. Like,
right. Also, the grabbing the nuts could be like an intimidation thing. When you would like talk trash with your friend, you would be like, suck on this, and you would grab your dick. This is kind of an intimidation move sometimes as well.
Maybe. Or maybe they bet him, like, I bet you won't grab your fucking nuts in the R. Kelly video. And then, I bet you I would. And then I'll give you $100 you did. And they did.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, that's true.
That could be it. But nah, I think it's just like you said. They're all just on a bunch of Coke and rum, right? That's what you said. And
Coke and rum.
They're just partying. They're just partying. Yeah,
maybe it's
you do stupid stuff when you're drunk.
Yeah, maybe it's a safety thing. Like you want to protect your dick and your testicles. So you put your hand over it in case you have any flying Cristal bottles or shoes. Maybe it's a safety thing.
What color were his pants? Was he rocking jeans?
I think he had jeans on. Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, maybe he had like a stain on his pants. He's like, oh, gotta cover it. Nah, we're thinking too much into this thing.
We might be overthinking it. We're overthinking it. Yeah.
He's just being drunk and stupid. Thought he was dope.
Maybe his jersey wasn't long enough. You know, like it wasn't past his crotch. So he's trying to compensate. It's a long jersey era.
Or maybe he saw that chick with shaking her ass, and he had a hard on. He's like, I gotta cover this shit. I'm going to be in the video for years and years, generations, and I can't let them see this shit. That could be another one. But I just think the guy was just having a good time. He was just fucked up. That's what you do.
That makes the most sense to me. He's having a good time.
My friend Fu Quan, whenever he gets fucked up, he just sticks his hand in his pants like Al Bundy. And then like, I seen him on stage when he's all drunk, and he does that. I'm like, oh, that's just his thing, you know.
I don't know if there's a female equivalent, but with males, there's definitely more dick activity when you get drunk, angry, maybe scared. Everybody had that friend. Well, maybe, you protect yourself. Everybody had that friend. I know I had it in high school, college, where any excuse to get naked at a party or some social event, he was all in. It's like, maybe I could run across the party naked right now. And be like, why? Just to do it. Like, why would you do it? It's some sort of thing in certain males' minds. They're like, maybe it's a getting away with it thing. Like, maybe I can get away with being naked real quick.
No, it could be where they grew up at. I don't know,
Never. I don't know if there's a female equivalent to this when women or they're having a great time or they get angry. I don't know what they do like we do with the dick grabbing.
That is true. You think women just hit each other to snatch or to tit? Like,
yeah. It's a little more, whatever they do, it's more subtle because I haven't picked up on it. That's one of the only ideas we have. We grab our dicks.
They don't, because
Them do
they're
neither.
civilized.
Or maybe they're just, yeah, maybe they don't do anything. They act like civil people.
They're fucking civilized people. Yeah.
I'm not ready to put this case to rest. I'm going to keep investigating this.
I don't know. Yeah. There's times where like I'm in Vegas and I have a buddy that just like, he'll walk by you and he'll just slap you. He'll hit you in the balls. And you're like,
right,
fall to the ground. And you're like, ah, and everyone starts cracking up. So
I had multiple friends like that where any excuse or any reason to hit someone in the balls was a big achievement. So this is definitely male behavior. I blame the movie Jackass for supercharging this activity as well, because we already did it. We already hit each other on the butts. We already sort of flicked each other's dicks. And then the movie Jackass comes around and that supercharged it. That put gasoline in our tank. It's like, now I'm going to do this 10 times more to my buddy. I'm going to try and hit him in the dick when he's not looking.
It could be.
It's just what we do. We keep extending the locker room. We used to say this is locker room behavior. Now we made the locker room, the classroom, the DMV, the classroom, and eventually the Wells Fargo Bank.
There you go.
Well, my pick for mugging for screen time is the kid with the cornrows, because it's a deeper cut. It's you have to really look for it. And it's pretty funny when you see his face. He is into it. He's got white cornrows. He's got a Boston Celtics jersey on, and he is mouthing the words hard at 31 seconds in. He gets my mugging for screen time award.
Well, I mean, if you're white and you have cornrows, you sort of want attention, right?
Right. If you're white, cornrows, you want screen time. You're doing whatever you can to get it. So
that's probably why they had him on the video too. Like, got to get this guy.
It's a good. As we said before, this video is for everybody to enjoy. It came out 19 years ago. R. Kelly's Ignition remix. You can enjoy this song, everybody. And if you can, wear a jersey while you watch it.
Yeah, and then also watch the Dave Chappelle show remix.
Thanks for joining me, Frank.
Hey, it was a pleasure, Patrick. Always a pleasure. These are fun. Hopefully, next time we don't have to do this Zoom shit no more, right?
You let me know. We'll do a deep dive.
My card. This is
We'll do a deep dive on Your Love by the Outfield.
Let's do that. It's a pleasure, Patrick, as always.
Okay, that is it, everyone. That is the episode for this week of Running It Back, R. Kelly's Ignition remix video, and oh so much more. Thank you, Franklin Yee, for talking with me. Thank you for finding a good place to park and ultimately lending your knowledge as we run it back to 2002. I'm going to go rewatch that video. Got to figure out why that dancing white hipster was there. I may never figure that out. Oh my God. Don't forget, Friday, April 2nd, 5 p.m. Pacific time, you can see me doing live stand-up comedy via Zoom, via Flappers Comedy Club. They always put on a great show, and you can participate and join in. Watch me do stand-up. Hit the link in my bio, in my Instagram handles, and beyond. You can check it out. See me, and I'll see you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Stay tuned. More plans for Running It Back coming up shortly. You're going to love it. Thank you very much, and I will see you soon.